Yo, so do you want to improve your art? Achieve new levels so you can draw like your favorite artist? I got the right challenge for you. But first, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I upload a new video every afternoon talking about the art grind or just art in general. Now that you have paid the fee, let's jump right into it. So, for a while now in my videos, I've been talking about a personal art challenge that I've made for myself that I call the Hyperbolic Art Grind Push. What is the Hyperbolic Art Grind Push? This is a challenge that consists to improve one skill in particular in a certain amount of time and be consistent at it so you can improve or level up. Also, it will help you stop I can't speak English for shit. Yeah, it can help you to stop procrastinating on your New Year's art goals if you ever made some. If it will help you achieve those goals earlier, and you can get ahead of the game by doing so. And the fun part about this challenge is that it's not something that you can only apply in art, you can also apply it in other parts of your life. It's just that you won't call it Hyperbolic Art Grind Push. You're gonna call it Hyperbolic something else push or whatever. But since this is an art channel, we're just gonna focus on the art part. Alright, so now I'm gonna tell you how you can set up your own Hyperbolic Art Grind Push. First step, you want to pick one or two skills that you want to improve in your art. If two is too much, just pick one. And to be honest, since if it's gonna be your first time doing this type of challenge, just pick one skill so you won't be too overwhelmed or you won't burn out during the time that you're gonna do the Hyperbolic Art Grind Push channel. And for the skill that you want to improve in your art, I really advise that you focus on your art fundamental skill, because by getting good with the basic skill, you'll be able to do what the pro does. And if you don't know what are the fundamentals, here are some that you can start with. We have shape and forms, draftsmanship, perspective, composition, and anatomy. There's many more, but those are the ones that came in head for the moment. And the reason why I insist on fundamental skill, especially for your first time doing the Hyperbolic Art Grind Push, is because I know that most of y'all will start saying, oh, I want to do master studies, or aka copying another artist so you can find your art style. But the thing is that to find an art style, you need to understand the basic, and without them, no matter how much you study your favorite artist, you will never be able to draw like them or having something close to their style, because you don't have the raw understanding of their style, which is a modified version of their basic skill. In my experience, it took me 1 year to get that, or at least I took 1 year just to focus on my fundamentals. Granted, I was in a mentorship, so I had a path to follow. And it's not until the last few months of the mentorship that I start tackle the aesthetics or the style that I want to achieve. But even then, I decided to hold back so I can bring my basic skill into a higher level. And it's only recently in the last 2 months of 2023 that I started dabble a little bit with the aesthetics, the style of my art, and start thinking about how I want my art to look like. So my advice to you again, for your first Hyperbolic Art Grind Push, pick a fundamental art skill to improve, or at least one that you're really interested to tackle first. Alright, now that you have picked that one skill or the two skills that you want to improve, it's time for you to start to get a starting date and a deadline. The reason why we're setting a deadline is to give you a little bit of pressure and accountability so you will do the grind and not slack. This is why the challenge is really good for people that keep procrastinating, because you know the reason why you procrastinate is because you don't have a deadline. But if you have a deadline, I'm pretty sure you won't procrastinate that much, or maybe your procrastination level is so high that you're able to procrastinate even though there's a deadline. And GG's to you if you can do that. But since it's gonna be your first time doing this challenge, or for most of you that's gonna be the first time doing a type of challenge like this, we're gonna focus on doing it for 4 weeks, so about a month. So let's say you decide to start the challenge right now after the video, so meaning on May 10th. Well, your deadline will be around June 7th, if I'm not mistaken. You have until June 7th to make some improvement in the skill you have chosen. The keyword improvement. The goal here is to go up a level, not being a master at the skill. Even if by the end of the challenge you only made 1% improvement, that's still a win. But I doubt you will score that low if you applied what I'm going to tell you later in the video. Okay, now you have the skill that you want to improve and the deadline. So it's time to make ourselves a schedule to practice. Personally, if it's possible, I would like you to do it every day. Do the challenge every day, but I know it's not everyone who got the luxury to do this, especially if you're going to school, if you got a family, or if you have a 9 to 5, etc. So for those who can't do it every day, try to maximize the amount of time you can do it in a week. And you should aim for at least a minimum of 20 minutes to 30 minutes practice every day, if it's possible, of course. And trust me, 30 minutes goes fast, especially if you're locked in. And you know, the best way you can have those 20 minutes and 30 minutes in a day for people who I would say I don't have time, even though, you know, I'm pretty sure most of y'all are guilty of that. They come back home and the first thing that they do is playing games till midnight, till 1 a.m. or binge watch their anime, their Netflix series and everything. But I'm pretty sure if you cut time in those things, instead of, you know, jumping right into the game or jumping right into doing your anime session, binge watching, take a 20 minutes or 30 minutes in that time frame that you're doing that thing to practice art. And I know you might be mentally tired, but trust me, you'll be able to do it. You're building a routine. 20 minutes, 30 minutes is nothing. Like, if you're locked in, bro, time's gonna go fast, bro. You ain't gonna see time pass. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna start doing the thing. 30 minutes is gonna come. You're like, oh shit, I barely did shit today. But it's like this in the beginning. But yo, trust me, cut your time in your gaming session, cut your time in your anime session. You will be able to put your 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day. And if you feel like it's not enough, or like you feel like 20 minutes, 30 minutes is not enough time for you to improve, trust me, trust the process. Yo, 20 to 30 minutes a day of practice on the skill that you're focusing on, especially if you're focusing only on one skill, you will improve a lot, especially if it's a skill that you never bothered to practice. Trust the process. Now your schedule is set. So now, how do you practice? I mean, just draw. Duh. I'm playing. Well, not really, but yeah, you have to draw, but to draw with the intent of learning and not mindlessly doing the practice for the sake of practicing. There's two types of practice that you're gonna do. The analytical practice, which sounds fucking weird. Anyway, and the performance practice. The analytical practice is one of the that you will do the most during this challenge. In this practice, for example, let's say you decide to upgrade your anatomy of the head. Well, you will break down the head structure by understanding how to draw the multiple view, understand the bone structure, and bonus if you want to learn the muscle of the face. And you may be going to learn how to draw the different planes of the face and how to draw each features on different angles. The goal of this practice is to gain new knowledge about the thing that you're studying, or optimize the knowledge that you already have so you can draw better heads in this example. Then after doing your analytical practice, you're going to do the performance practice. This one is more fun, and I advise you do it once a week. If you can do it more, better. This practice might take more than 30 minutes, so depending on your skill level. So make sure that you do it on a day that you are free from other life priorities, and also on the day that you do the performance practice, you don't have to do the analytical practice, but you can do it as a warm-up if you want to. So the performance practice is where you're going to apply the knowledge from the analytical practice in the illustration that you're going to do. If we go back with the head example, with the head anatomy example, for this practice you might do a portrait. And when you're going to do the portrait, you can use a real life reference, or you can draw your favorite character from the game, an anime, or whatever. If you feel gutsy, try to draw a portrait from imagination and see if you can pull it off. But in my opinion, I think it's better to do it with a reference, because drawing from imagination is a skill on its own. And I'm going to be honest, I don't have enough practice myself to advise you to do it, even though I tend to draw from imagination nowadays, but I always add some type of reference for something in my illustration. So a quick recap of that. For the practice, you're going to do the analytical practice, where you're going to gain new knowledge or optimize the knowledge that you already have. And the performance practice is like your little test, you know, see what you learn, see what you retain as information, and from there you can grade yourself with the practice that you did and correct yourself to make the illustration better. Hope you understand all of that so far. Now that you have done all that, here's the last thing that you want to do, and by doing this, you can make sure you will improve more than 1% by the end of the challenge. At the end of every week, I want you to write somewhere. It can be on a Word document, a notebook, a sketchbook that you use to do the challenge. Me personally, I use a diary type thing where I write all my goals and my plans. But don't use a print paper that you will just leave on the table and mix it with other papers, and then you will lose it. Do it in some type of notebook or Word document. Please do that. So when you finish your week in the challenge, let's say you start today on May 10th. So on May 17th, in that notebook, you have to answer those 2 questions that you will ask yourself. Those questions are, did I improve this week? If yes, what did I do to achieve the result? And if no, what made me stop from doing so? What did I struggle with in the process? And the second question that you will ask yourself, how can I be 5% better next week? You'll be surprised how hard it can be to answer those questions, or even asking yourself those, because it can be hard to face the truth when you don't make improvement. But as an artist, especially those who want to be at the game for real at a professional level or make a living with their art, have to face the truth and always strive for constant improvement. Don't settle for mediocrity. If you do, you will have mediocre result, and you can only blame yourself for that. So ask yourself those questions at the end of every week and write those answers in what you will use as a notebook or a Word document, whatever. At the beginning of the new week, you will want to read those answers on the second question, so you know what are the actions you have to take for the coming week in order to be 5% better. It will be hard, but it's worth it. Now the final step. This step, you can only do it when you hit the deadline of the challenge. It is similar to what you have to do at the end of every week, but this time you have to do a whole review of the challenge. How do you feel about the skills you have been focusing on? Do you feel better at it, or did you become worse? What are the actions you took that made you become better or worse? Do you think for the next round of the Art Republic Art Grind Push, if you focus on that same skill again, will you have better results? If so, what will you do differently, or what will you keep doing? I don't know if you can see the pattern with those questions, but what you are doing here is building self-awareness of your skills level. You are becoming self-aware of your strengths and weaknesses as an artist. Also, those questions will help you set yourself up for the next round of the challenge. Now, don't do another round right after this one. Take a break for about a week or 2. And during that week, just relax with your art. Don't stress about making improvement during the break. After the break, you can go back and do your next round and lock in. For the next round, you have 2 choices. Either you focus on the same skill in the previous one so you can become more confident and make it a strength in your artist skill, or if you want something fresh and tackle another skill, another skill that you think you can become better at, go for it. From there, keep repeating the cycle as much as you want, and keep striving for constant improvement. You got this. Alright, this is all I have for the video. I hope you are excited to start your own Art Republic Art Grind Push. I'm currently doing my own, and at the time I'm doing this video, I'm at week 5 of mine, and the deadline is on June 3rd, so 5 weeks from now on. You can catch me on Twitch doing those skill practice every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. EST. Tell me in the comment if you will make an attempt of this challenge and what skill you will tackle for your first round of the Art Republic Art Grind Push. And don't hesitate to join the Discord to share your journey of the Art Republic Art Grind Push. We got an art study channel where I share most of my studies over there. I don't really share them on social media by fear that, especially I'm doing right now cartooning practice. I'm studying other artists. I don't want people to say, oh, you're copying another artist, you're reposting other artists' work. I'm trying to avoid trouble, so I'm posting everything on my Discord, so you can join the Discord for free. The link is in the description of the video. So thank you again. That's all I have for today. With that said, I will let you guys go. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my next video. And like always, keep grinding, take some break, but don't slack. And yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in the next week or the next. I can't even finish properly. I hate myself. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next week. Peace.